Hey, what's going on today, guys? It's Trey. Welcome back to the channel. As always, welcome back to sunny, beautiful Germany. Today, we're going to be doing part 2 of our soft drinks that Germans love. Now, before we get too deep into the video, I do just want to let you guys know 2 things. One, some of these drinks that you see may not exactly be made and manufactured here in Germany. They just happen to be drinks that Germans love. Now, I've done a ton of research and I also reached out to you guys to let me know what drinks you think I should try. The first video went phenomenally. Hopefully this one goes just as great. And the second thing I wanted to mention is, yes, these drinks will be cold. I don't like drinking room temperature juice, soda, anything like that. So yes, these drinks are served cold. Right, first drink that we're gonna be trying today is called Schwip Schwap. So obviously just by looking at the can, it's got some orange going on there, and then it obviously says cola on the can. So it's gonna be a cola mixed with a little bit of orange. I'm pretty familiar with these from the last video, so let's go ahead and compare them and see how it tastes. Right on the nose, it smells exactly like Pepsi, right? Now it is a Pepsi-based product, but just opening the can, it smells exactly like Pepsi that you would find in the US. Let's go ahead and get into the taste. Prost. Oh. Okay. So that's got huge orange flavor, right? In fact, the very first thing that I actually taste is orange soda or orange juice. It almost tastes a little bit like Fanta a little bit, but I definitely am getting hit on the finish with the cola flavors, right? Pepsi, RC Cola, almost tastes a little bit like Fritz somewhat, but all in all, it tastes pretty good. This one is definitely one of the more orange forward flavored drinks that I've had here in Germany. So if that's not your thing, avoid this one. But like I mentioned on the finish, you definitely do get hit with tons of cola. So all in all, this one's pretty good. So this next one that we have up was recommended probably the most by people when I did my poll on YouTube. And this one is also one of the more German soft drinks that you're going to see in these videos. And it goes by the name of Waldmeister. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have never heard of this soft drink before, but since you guys recommended it, I'm sure you probably wouldn't recommend something that tastes terrible to me. So let's go ahead and get into it. Oh man. So on the nose, you guys are gonna really laugh at me for this one. On the nose, it smells like Play-Doh, right? It smells like my son's Play-Doh. I'm really not getting anything else. It smells like fresh clay, maybe a little bit of like pine needle, like pine cone in there, but that's really all I'm getting on the aroma. I'm very interested about this one. Let's go ahead and get into the taste. Prost. Wow. Wow, that is, oh man, that is good. Oh man. So right on the tip of the tongue, I'm getting a massive amount of sweetness, tiny bit of sourness. Yeah, you know, it's got a tiny bit of carbonation burn on the finish, but this tastes outstanding. And actually, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Jolly Rancher candies, right? So I'm sure you guys have probably had those before. If you haven't, I'll insert a picture here. This tastes exactly like that. Like it's not super sweet, but what I really appreciated is it's got a tiny bit of sourness in it, right? That almost makes you want more, right? It makes you crave more. And so I'm gonna take another sip to see if I still get that. Oh yeah, that's good, man. That's really good. Getting like a tiny bit of apple on the finish, maybe like some dark berries, some like forest fruits. But all in all, this tastes outstanding. This tastes so good. And yeah, the more I drink it, I really don't get any of that carbonation burn on the finish. And if you guys remember from my last video, I despise the carbonation burn. That's why I try to stay as far away from soda as possible. It's because the sodas that come from the US, they are absolutely packed to the brim with carbonation. And luckily here in Germany, that's not really a common thing. But this is an outstanding drink, guys. This one has definitely made its way to the leaderboard so far. Up next, we have a soft drink by the name of Limo. This is gonna be our largest bottle of the day. Obviously, I'm not gonna be consuming all of these at one time, but this one is Limette in Ziton. So I'm really excited for this one. This is another one that you guys recommended to me. So let's go ahead and open her up. Oh man. That is hands down the most aromatic drink that I've smelled from the last video to this video. This is hands down the most aromatic drink. This smells outstanding. So on the nose, I know this is gonna sound funny again, but I'm getting like cleaning supplies, like tons of lemon, lime, orange zest, orange peel, lime peel. I'm getting like some sweet candy in there as well. It smells absolutely outstanding. It's actually, if I waft this bottle, it's making this room smell a million times better. Let's go ahead and get into the taste. Prost. Oh man. Man, that is so good. This tastes sort of like Minute Maid lemonade. If you guys have had that before, I'm sure you guys have. Take whatever your favorite lemonade is, add some carbonation to it, enhance the flavor like tenfold, and this is what this tastes like. But if you're a person that likes lemon, lime, you know, orange, this is gonna be up your alley because it's extremely light, it's extremely drinkable, not really getting any carbonation burn on the finish. It's not wrecking my palate. I know lemon, lime tend to be palate killers for a lot of people, but my palate's perfectly fine. This is actually extremely refreshing, and I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely one that I'll probably go back for in the future because it tastes really good. It tastes fresh, tastes light, not too much sweetness at all. It's just like the perfect amount of sugar and sweetness in there. This is a really solid one, guys. Guys, up next we have another crowd favorite, another one that you guys really recommended to me, and they go by the name of Bionid. So I'm really excited for these. A lot of people told me that they are like the German versions of kombucha. So I am actually a huge kombucha fan. So let's go ahead and dive into the first one. So the first one is Holunder. Sorry, I'm butchering the name. But this one is actually elderberry. So let's go ahead and get into this one first. Oh boy. Funny, I'm actually getting like orange zest, like freshly squeezed orange juice on the aroma on this one here. But all in all, it smells really good. Let's go ahead and get into the taste. Prost. Oh man. So I know I mentioned that I love kombucha, and I've had a number of different kombucha flavors. This one immediately goes up to the top of the list for me. And primarily the reason why that is because I'm not getting any carbonation burn on the finish. This tastes outstanding. And another thing that I love about it too is I'm getting like a gigantic punch of flavor on the tip of my tongue. I'm getting loads of dark forest berries. I'm getting like tons of red fruit, apple, you know, red grape. I'm getting tons of strawberry, you know, and obviously I'm getting that elderberry in there as well. The only time that I've ever had elderberry, minus the last video, was when I've been sick. So it's not really been something that I've correlated with soft drinks, but I'm loving Germany's incorporation of elderberry into their soft drinks. So this one is really good. And so the second bottle that we have from Bionade is actually going to be raspberry and plum. I've never had plum in a drink before, so I'm really excited for this one. Oh man. So right on the nose, I'm getting like massive amounts of fresh raspberry, like raspberry jam. I love raspberry filled donuts. So this one I know for a fact is gonna be extremely tasty. Let's go ahead and get into the taste. Prost. Whoops, spilled a little bit there. That one jumped out at me. Ooh, man, that is light. That is refreshing. I'm getting waxed in the face by tons of raspberry. I'm actually not getting any plum at all, but also for me, plum is one of those fruits that if I'm in a store, right, and there's a ton of fresh fruit available, I'm not gonna reach for plum first. And it's not really a fruit that I'm too familiar with. But what I can tell you is that this is a very raspberry forward drink. So if you guys see this one at your local grocery store, definitely grab it up. It's extremely light. Not really getting any sweetness at all on this one. The other one, the elderberry, was actually a lot more sweet in my opinion. But this one, if you don't like sugary drinks, if you don't like, you know, your palate to be absolutely crushed by a sugar bomb, this one will definitely be right up your alley because yes, it does have the tiniest bit of sweetness, but this one is super drinkable, super crushable, not really getting too much carbonation burn on the finish. And also, I think it's a healthier drink. So I think this one will be a pretty pleasant surprise for a lot of you guys. Guys, so this next one was probably the second most requested drink by you guys. It doesn't come from Germany, but it can be found in pretty much any doner kebab shop around the country. So in my opinion, this definitely belongs in this video. And it goes by the name of Uludag Gazoz, and it comes from Turkey. So shout out to everybody from Turkey. I love Turkish cuisine, so I'm really excited for this one. I'm a little bit sad right now because I don't have any doner kebab to go with this, and I've heard that this plus doner kebab equals magic, so I'm really excited for this one. Let's go ahead and get into the legendary Uludag Gazoz. Wow. Oh man. So right on the aroma, I don't know what it is. I'm actually getting like chewing gum, like big league chew. I'm getting like watermelon, bubble gum, sweetness. It smells outstanding. So this is another one of those ones where like I should just be wafting the room because it's gonna enhance the aroma in this room. It smells really good. Let's go ahead and get into the taste. Prost. Oh man. Okay, so I will say out of everything that I've had so far, this one is definitely the sweetest drink that I've consumed, but what I will say that actually makes me really happy is this is an extremely enjoyable experience drinking this, right? I can only imagine drinking this alongside doner kebab because that combination is probably straight up gold. But this just tastes really good. And it almost takes me back to my childhood because I used to play baseball, right? And obviously like when you're standing in the outfield, you chew bubble gum and you wait for the ball to come your way. This tastes very similar to like fruity based bubblegum, fruity based candy. It tastes really good. And as I mentioned, like it does have the most sweetness out of everything that we've tried here today, but it's not overly cloying, right? It's not killing my palate. It's not making me crave something else. This in itself is something that can be had at all times of the day. In the heat, in the cold, this is an extremely enjoyable experience. So shout out to Turkey, you guys are killing it. Shout out to all the doner kebab shops here in Germany. And if I probably find this next time I have a doner kebab, I'm definitely gonna try this because this is outstanding. So these next ones that we have up, I'd probably say outside of Spezi and Fritz Cola, these are probably the two drinks that I see the most while I'm in public here in Germany. So they must be good. I've heard a lot about them. Which one should I try first? Let's go ahead and try the MATZO first. Okay, so if you guys remember in my last video, I got a chance to try Club MATZO, which was pretty interesting, right? One of the more complex, interesting soft drinks that I've ever had in my life. And a lot of you guys mentioned in the comment section, Trey, it's not a soft drink, it's a tea, it's from South America. Thank you guys for educating me. I really appreciated it. But I had to bring it into the soft drink mix because I see it all the time. And this is a pretty relaxing, enjoyable experience for a lot of people. So I'm interested to see how this one compares to Club MATZO. So let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, that almost smells like a liqueur a little bit. So on the aroma, I'm getting like massive amounts of sweetness and like dark cherries, raisins, like golden raisins, plum. Just pretty much think of any dark fruit that you can imagine. And this is what I'm getting on the aroma. So aroma-wise, compared to Club MATZO, I will say that this one is definitely more aromatic. So let's go ahead and get into the taste. Prost. Ooh, wow. That is really good. Wow. So I know this is gonna be a pretty controversial statement, right? Because I see Club MATZO everywhere. I see people drinking it all the time. And even when I watch other German YouTubers making their videos, they typically have a bottle of Club Mate sitting next to them. So I will say I like this one a lot more than Club Mate. And I think it's because it's got a little bit more carbonation to it, right? But it's not like destroying my palate or anything. It's not wrecking or killing my throat. But that carbonation really transforms the idea of mate, at least in my opinion, right? So another thing that I enjoy about it too is that it's got really great balance to it, right? So it's got the sweetness, and what I mean by sweetness is like if you've ever had raisins or had like, you know, plum or any of those darker fruits, you will know that they're not like the most sweet fruits, right? In comparison to so many other fruits that are out there. This just tastes really good, right? And I'm not gonna lie, out of all the drinks that I was gonna be trying today, I was afraid of this one the most because my last experience, the Club Mate just straight up tasted like cigarette water to me, right? If you were to chain smoke hundreds of cigarettes and just dump them in water, shake it up a little bit and then consume it, that's exactly what Club Mate tastes like to me. This, on the other hand, I don't get any cigarette at all. I don't get any smokiness. I even mentioned in my last video that Club Mate kind of reminded me of like smoked meat or lunch meat or something that you would find in a deli. I'm not really getting that at all. This is completely different. And I'm actually really shocked right now. All right, look, I could easily spend like another 5 minutes talking about the complexities and amazingness of that mate, but I value you guys' time, so let's just go ahead and get into the Mio Mio Cola. Very interested to see how this one stacks up against its other cola counterparts. Okay, so right on the nose, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, RC Cola, Afri-Cola. It smells amazing. Let's go ahead and get into the taste. Ooh, okay. I'm almost getting like, I'm almost getting root beer, if that makes sense. So I'm not the biggest fan of root beer because I just think it's overly sweet, it's overly cloying, it destroys my palate whenever I have it. I feel like I have to eat something salty to balance out the sweetness, but this one tastes pretty indicative of like a root beer mixed with Pepsi, right? So out of all the colas that I've had, this one is easily the sweetest out of all of them. Yeah, it's very, very sweet. Like I feel like I might need a little bit of water to wash down all the sugar. Yeah, I will say I'm not the biggest fan of that one. Only because like the sweet, so you taste it, right? You get the big punch of sweetness on the tip of your tongue. I don't get anything on the finish. I just get straight up sugar. Like if I were to go in my kitchen and grab some sugar, I can just dump it down my throat and actually get a finish. But this, on the other hand, I'm really not getting too many complex flavors or anything like that. So yeah, this one's gonna be a no for me. The mate, on the other hand, definitely saved Mio Mio. So this next one, I couldn't find it anywhere, so I actually had to reach out to my local brewery by the name of Craft Paul to see if they had this in stock. Luckily they did. I know you guys are probably wondering like, Trey, why would you reach out to a brewery for a soft drink? But hey, they had it, I picked it up. So that tells me one of two things. That either tells me that Fritz is having some supply chain issues with this one, or people just absolutely love it and it's always sold out. And it goes by the name of MISHMASH. So I have quite the track record with Fritz. So let's go ahead and dive into this one. See how it is. Man, that's got some floaties in it. Interesting. Wow. Wowzers. So on the nose, I'm getting honey, almost getting like syrupy sweetness, tiny bit of maple. It's supposed to be a cola. I'm not getting any cola at all on the aroma, but I'm definitely getting loads of citrus and orange. Let's go ahead and get into the taste. Prost. Oh yeah, that's good. Man, that's got some floaties in it. That one's pretty good. It's actually pretty complex. So this one, ironically, in my opinion, kind of tastes like an herbal remedy mixed with orange juice, mixed with like a splash of Coca-Cola. This tastes like something that you would find maybe at like a witch doctor. Yeah, it tastes nothing like any soft drink that I've ever had in the US. Definitely tastes on the healthier side. And ironically, I'm actually not getting any sweetness at all. But what I'm interested in is, man, this thing has got some floaties in it. This thing has got, I don't know if the camera's picking that up at all, but man, that has got some, so it almost makes me think like, is this a tea? It says caffeinated lemonade with 8% fruit content. So I'm wondering what this is. I see lemon juice, mandarin juice, caramel, locust bean gum. Very interesting. It is vegan as well. But yeah, this, I guess I was, so now I see it. On the bottle, it says cola and orange. Man, this does not taste anything like the other cola and orange drinks that we have had in the last video or in this video. So it's very interesting. Definitely not gonna be at the top of my list, but what I like about it is pretty refreshing. But this is more, in my opinion, of like an herbal supplement, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way, because honestly, people should just be drinking things that are good for them. But I understand people want to have an escape every now and then. I understand that. But this is definitely a complex example of a cola mixed with orange. All right, so this next one that we have up, yes, it comes in a carton. It's not really a soft drink, but when I did my poll of what soft drinks I should drink, there were probably about 6 to 8 people that said I should include this one in the video. And Germans call this KIVA. Now, what KIVA is it's banana juice and sour cherry juice. So let's see if these two work together. Wow, we gotta pause the video. I don't remember if I did this or not, but I'm gonna put the cap back on and I'm gonna give this a nice shake before we taste it. Because I wanna make sure that this is all mixed together really well. All right, let's go ahead and get into the taste. Prost. Oh, yes. That is good. Man, that is so good. All right, so right on the tip of the tongue, man, that makes me salivate. Right on the tip of the tongue, I get tons of natural banana flavor and sweetness. Get a tiny bit of tart cherry on the finish. I get tons of fresh banana on the tip of my tongue with a tiny bit of cherry tartness on the finish. This is outstanding, guys. Like this, I've passed by this numerous times in the store and just always wondered, like, banana and cherry in a drink, that sounds so interesting and so weird and sounds like something that I would never pick up. But man, this is amazing. This tastes great. All right, guys, the last drink that we have is actually a childhood favorite of mine. This was an extremely nostalgic buy for me. I actually purchased 3 different containers of this because I impulse bought them, but I am only gonna try one, and that is the multivitamin. This one is called Capri Sun. So I'm really excited about this one. When I was a kid, you know, my mom and dad would purchase this for me all the time, and I love it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, wow. Okay, so on the nose, yeah, just it smells like sweet juice, sweet fruits. It's got a lot going on there. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what this one tastes like. Let's see if it tastes like my childhood. So, Prost. Wow. Oh man, that is different. So the adult in me loves this because it's not too sweet. I know a lot of kids, especially in the US, they love Capri Sun because it's a sweeter drink, right? It's a sweet escape from the hardness that is childhood, I know. But this one actually doesn't have too much sweetness, right? It's not overly cloying, it's not killing my palate. We've had a lot of soft drinks in this video, and so this one is actually a nice finishing beverage. This is a nice one to finish off the video. I'd say like the very first thing that I get on the tip of my tongue is the orange and the pineapple. Obviously, citrus tends to overpower most fruits, but I will say on the finish, getting that nice taste of kiwi and, you know, some other lighter fruits like green grapes. It tastes really good. And for the sake of you guys' time, I'm not gonna try the other two because I will be bouncing off the walls left and right if I drink another soft drink. So, yeah. We're here at the end of the video. These videos are extremely difficult to make. There are so many different complex flavors found in most of these drinks. But like I did in the last video, I have to give you guys my top 3 favorite drinks. And so number 3, we're gonna actually start out with Bionid. This one, I see it everywhere, right? I see it in stores. This one is extremely easy to find. But what I love the most about this one is it was really light. It was really refreshing. Like I said, I'm not really used to elderberry too much in soft drinks or really in any juice period, because the only time that I've ever had it is when I'm sick, right? And so it's actually a nice, pleasant surprise to see it incorporated into a drink and that drink tasting outstanding. This was a really pleasant surprise, you know. It tastes, it's not too sweet. It's not overly cloying. It's really light. Like I said, it's really hot here in Europe. And this is a drink that I think everybody should be drinking because it's not loaded down with sugar. Your palate's not gonna be destroyed. You're not gonna get that carbonation burn in the back of your throat on the finish. This is a really, really awesome example of a soft drink. Now, number 2 is gonna probably shock a lot of you guys. And to be honest, it shocked me as well. I almost passed up on including this drink on this list, but I'm really glad I did. And that drink is the Mio Mio Matcha. This one absolutely stunned me. In fact, it took me a while to pick my jaw up off the ground because after that experience with Club Matcha, like anything named matcha, I wanted to avoid. I didn't know what to expect with this one. I didn't do any research on it. I just heard the name matcha and instantly got scared. But let me tell you guys, this drink is outstanding. It's got the light carbonation on the finish, tiny bit of sweetness, and overall, it's a really refreshing drink. And so I'm actually really interested to see what matcha tea tastes like outside of these soft drinks, because I've had 2 experiences with 2 completely different drinks, in my opinion, called matcha. So this one was really good. And yeah, that's good. And the more I drink it, I'm starting to get that tea throughout the flavor. All right, and last but not least, this drink is another one that shocked me. You guys recommended it the most, and this one is called Waldmeister. This one had to be number 1 for me because it's unlike any soft drink that I have tasted in the US in my youth, in my teens, in college. It is unlike anything that I've ever tasted. This drink was ice cold when I popped it open. I'm not sure if there's any soft drink award worldwide, but if there was, this one would definitely be in the top 5 in my opinion. And so I've tried soft drinks all over the world. This one is one of the more interesting and complex drinks that I've ever had. And this is another one that I couldn't really find. I had an extremely hard time finding this one, but I'm glad I did. It's extremely refreshing. Not too sweet. I'm getting that tiny bit of sourness in there. And like I said, it's just very reminiscent of Jolly Rancher candy, right? And I know that that candy for a lot of people is sweet, but the main thing that I taste in Jolly Ranchers is that sourness. And so this one is really, really good. I think for all of you guys out there that recommended this one to me, thank you so much. Like, this one is life-changing, right? And so obviously, Almdudler was my number 1 soft drink in my last video. This one is my number 1 in this video. Now I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, Trey, which one is the top dog? Which soft drink is the best out of all of the ones that you tried? I am gonna be honest, my number 1 is still the Almdudler. It is so aromatic and light and herbaceous, and like I said, it smells like a woman's perfume. Just the entire experience overall is nice, and plus the bottle looked outstanding and beautiful. Everything about that drink is just why it's number 1 in my opinion. The taste, the aroma, the appearance, everything about that drink is what I think soft drinks should be. Don't get me wrong, the Waldmeister is definitely a very close competitor, but there's certain aspects of that Almdudler that just absolutely put it in the number 1 spot. So if you guys appreciated that video, please let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. We do it all here on this channel. Try to get your hands on most of these drinks that I mentioned in both videos. I know they're gonna be extremely easy to find if you live here in Germany. But the great thing about the world today is you can get a lot of these drinks shipped to your home worldwide, right? So use Amazon, use eBay, and try to get your hands on some of these drinks because they're amazing. And if you're coming from the US, a lot of these drinks are gonna taste completely different than what you're used to. Even if you're coming from Canada, a lot of these drinks are gonna be very different than what you're used to. So as always, thank you guys for the continued love and support. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Thank you. Mahalo for watching.